Hello everyone, I am Nigel and I am one of the young Papua New Guinean entrepreneur, author of 3 books, and I am also a best-selling author of the book titled Rise Above the Average. So basically in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips about how to write, publish and sell your first book. So basically there are 7 tips that I want to share with you in this video. So tip number 1 is to find your target audiences before you can start writing your first book, or before you can think of naming the title of your book. It's always important to know who your target audiences are, because that will help you to identify who this book is for and what is it about. This will help you to identify your target audiences and what message you're trying to bring across to them. Tip number 2 is planning. When it comes to writing a good book or even pursuing a good career or greatness in life, planning is always important and crucial because it determines your success. So therefore, when it comes to writing a good book, you need a good plan in place in order to help, help you and guide you throughout the process of your writing. So some of the things that you need to consider when it comes to planning in terms of writing a book includes a good book title, a book cover design, number of chapters and sub-chapters, and heading of each chapters and with the sub-chapters. And also you need to consider the structure or the layout and other things included in the book, such as stories, analogies, steps, process and so forth. That's basically tip 2, which is the planning part. Tip number 3 is to start writing your first draft. After you created a plan, now it's time to take some actions. So that is when you start writing your first draft. Now remember that your first draft is your initial draft. What you are doing is that you are writing down your initial thoughts and ideas. So don't overthink too much if it's perfect or not. Just let your thoughts and ideas flow without judging them. You just have to let your ideas and thoughts flow without judging them, because you can later go back to revise and edit the whole manuscript again. So don't put too much pressure on yourself by overthinking too much. You can later go back to revise and edit the whole manuscript and then make changes where it's necessary. So don't put too much pressure on yourself by overthinking, because that will stop you from continuing writing your book. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to revise and edit. Once you are done with the initial draft or the first draft, it's now time for you to go back and revise and review the whole manuscript and do editing where it's necessary. Just one thing to take note of: don't to over edit or do many changes. Just edit and do changes where it's necessary or needed to. Otherwise, you might spoil the initial idea of the book. Now, some of the things to consider when it comes to revising and editing include grammar, font style and size, margin size, page numbers, outline of the book or the structure and so forth. So that's basically tip number 4. Now tip number 5 is to start promoting your book as early as possible. Now that you have finished writing your book, you should start promoting your book as early as possible, because by the time when you get to publish your book and start selling it, you already have a group of people, a group of customers who are willing and able to buy your books. So some of the ways that you can promote your books online is through Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok and Instagram. And some of the ways that you can promote your books offline is through word mouth, telephone calling, event marketing, and referrals, and so forth. So that's basically tip number 5. Tip number 6 is to find a reliable publisher and get your book published. Once you have enough budget on hand, you can now go ahead and find a reliable publisher. Make sure to find a trustworthy, reliable, and affordable publisher which can help you publish your book in a cost-effective way. Now, during the publication of the book or the printing process, it's always important for you as an individual or as an author to follow up with the publisher to get an update or to know the status of your book, because some publisher takes too long to publish the book, so it's always important to follow up. And also it's important to do quality checks. When all the books have finally been delivered to you, it's always important to do quality checks yourself to see everything is okay. So that's tip number 6. So tip number 7 is to start selling and delivering your books to your customers. Once you have all your books printed and delivered to you, it's time for you to start selling them and delivering them to your customer and make some money. So it's always important to figure out a distribution method, meaning to say that you need to find a way of how you can deliver your books to your customers or how they can get to purchase your books. So that's tip number 7. So that is how you get to write, publish, and sell your books. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video and have learned something new. For more content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.